going on, everybody? Welcome back to this episode of the Out and About podcast. I'm Tony. Now, let's talk about something here, guys. Today's episode is one that I think is going to resonate with a lot of you because we're talking about something we all face but don't know how to handle always. Negativity. Now, when I say negativity, I don't mean just certain people. And God knows, I'm sure most of us have a few of those in our life. I'm talking about negativity in all its forms. The self-doubt that creeps in when you're trying something new. The constant bad news cycle that leaves you drained. The habits we keep that drag us down. The environments that don't feed our growth. This episode is about cutting all of that out. Or at least learning how to recognize it, manage it, and create space for positivity, peace, and progress. So wherever you're at right now, driving, walking, relaxing at home, this is your space to reflect and reset. Over the next little while, we're going deep. We'll talk about identifying negativity, setting boundaries with it, removing it where possible, and most importantly, replacing it with something better. Now, negativity wears a lot of masks. Sometimes it's obvious. The arguments, the gossip, the complaining. But other times it's subtle. It sneaks in as procrastination. It shows up as the inner voice that whispers, "You can't do this." Negativity also might be the environment you put yourself in, the online content you consume, the routines that keep you stagnant, or yes, sometimes the people you interact with. Here's the truth. Negativity doesn't always come from outside. Sometimes it's within us. The patterns we've built, the fears we feed, the way we speak to ourselves. Recognizing that is the first step. So, the question is, why does negativity feel like it clings to us so tightly? I feel like it's because our brains are wired to notice danger, problems, and threats before they notice joy and opportunity. It's a survival mechanism, but in today's world, it means we're walking around with more stress than peace, unfortunately. Think about it. How easy is it to remember one negative comment versus 10 compliments? Now, anybody can probably relate to this, especially people that may create online content. It's easy to remember that one negative idiot versus the 10, good comments or compliments you just received. It's so true. Something myself. I consider myself in life, we're all pretty much a work in progress. And I consider myself a work in progress. And yes, that's something that maybe I need to work on more myself. How often do you replay that one mistake over and over, but forget all the times you got it right? Negativity lingers because we feed it through attention, through repetition, through dwelling. But here's the thing. If you can feed negativity, you can also starve it. Let's do something simple together, guys. Think of one negative thing in your life right now. It might be a bad habit, an environment that doesn't support you, or a routine that keeps you stuck. Hold it in your mind. Now ask yourself, what purpose does this serve? Does it push me forward or hold me back? Now, if it's holding you back, then today's episode is your chance to say, I don't have to keep carrying this around. One of the hardest parts about cutting negativity out of your life is the fear that comes with it. We tell ourselves, if I let this habit go, who will I be without it? If I step away from this environment, where will I belong? If I silence this inner critic, how will I stay motivated? But here's the truth. Negativity doesn't protect you. It doesn't prepare you. It only limits you. Stepping away doesn't leave you empty. It leaves you open. Let's talk about boundaries, not just with people, but with negativity itself. Here's some examples. Social media. Unfollow accounts that drain your energy, or unfollow people in your life that drain your energy. News cycle. Limit the time you spend doom scrolling. Habits. If something leaves you feeling guilty or stuck, replace it with a healthier pattern. Self-talk. When that inner voice starts spiraling, pause and say, that's not who I am. That's just negativity talking. Boundaries are not walls. They're doors you control. You decide what gets in and what stays out. Often, when we start cutting out negativity, guilt shows up. We think, am I being selfish? Or am I overreacting? But let me say this clearly. Choosing peace is not selfish. Choosing growth is not wrong. Saying no to negativity is saying yes to the future. You're not responsible for keeping toxic patterns alive. You're responsible for protecting your own well-being. Here's what happens when you finally let negativity go. At first, it feels quiet, sometimes even empty. You might wonder if you did the right thing. But slowly, that quiet turns into clarity. That empty space turns into a room with new things. Think of it like cleaning out a closet. At first, you're staring at all this empty space. But soon, you realize you now have room to fill it with things that actually fit, things that actually serve you. When you let go of negativity, it's important to intentionally fill that space. Fill it with daily gratitude practices, time in nature, positive influences, whether that's podcasts, books, music, or communities. New routines that fuel your body and mind. You're not just removing negativity, you're creating positivity. Even though this isn't only about people, I do want to mention this. The people you keep around you matter. Surround yourself with those who encourage your growth, who celebrate your wins, and who respect your boundaries. And here's the key. Quality matters more than quantity. One supportive influence is worth more than a crowd of negative ones. Often, the loudest negativity comes from inside. That little voice that says you're not good enough, you're not ready, you're not worthy. So here's what I want you to do. When that voice starts up, answer it. Literally, say out loud, I am enough, I am capable, I am moving forward. The way you speak to yourself sets the tone for your entire life. If you're thinking, what if negativity is my own routine? Start small. Change one thing. Even one healthier habit begins to shift the tide. What if I feel guilty letting go of the past? I'd say respect the past, but don't live in it. You can honor what you got here without carrying what no longer serves you. As we wrap up, remember this. Negativity is heavy, but you don't have to carry it. Whether it's in your environment, your habits, your thoughts, or yes, sometimes even your relationships, you have the power to step away. Cutting negativity out of your life isn't about loss. It's about gain. It's about making room for joy, for peace, for growth. So as you leave this episode, I want you to repeat with me. I choose peace. I choose growth. I choose to let go of negativity. Man, guys, that is so true. I know, cut things out of your life that don't lift you up. And if that's people in your life, if you can't cut them out of your life completely, limit your interaction with them. If they're going to be negative, if they're going to talk shit, limit your interaction with them. Simple as that. If it's a person you can't completely cut out of your life, you don't have to listen to that psychobabble at all. Thank you for spending this time with me today, guys. Take these words with you. Live them out, and remember, you deserve the life that lifts you up, not the one that drags you down. Until next time, stay strong, stay positive, and stay true to yourself. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. I do appreciate you. And we'll, a lot of stuff here to think about, right, guys? And I will talk to you later.